This is the Qlife Electric Bike, also called the Spark, and my first impression was simple. It looks like a mini motorcycle and feels built like a tank. I rolled it out of the box already expecting a moped-style stance, but the scale still surprised me. It's hefty, low-slung, and purposeful, and the whole presence screams power more than bicycle. From my experience, that first glance set the tone for how it rides: stable, confident, and very fast for something with pedals. On appearance and feel, the frame is carbon steel, and you can tell. It's solid, with clean welds and almost no flex. The 20x4.0 fat tires fill out the silhouette and aren't just for looks. They cushion the ride and give a big contact patch on gravel and loose stuff. The long bench seat has a low front, high rear profile that keeps me settled in place. Foot placement is relaxed, and the bars are wide enough to feel more like a small moto than a commuter bike. The lighting is legit. Big high-beam headlight up front, rear brake light and signals out back, so drivers see me. The center-mounted color LCD is bright and easy to read, and it shows speed, pedal assist level, power, and battery. The whole thing sits low and planted, which I love when I'm moving, and occasionally curse when I have to muscle it around the garage. From my experience, setup took me about half an hour. It arrived mostly assembled, but it's a heavy package, and I was glad I had a stand and basic tools ready. Key tip: I checked every bolt I could see, and I'm glad I did. My front axle nuts weren't as tight as I like from the factory. Once tuned, the first ride sold me on the fun factor. Key features that hit immediately are the 1500-watt peak motor and the dual suspension. Acceleration is strong, hill climbs are easy, and the suspension takes the edge off potholes and washboard dirt without bouncing me around. On pavement, it cruises like a scooter. On trails, it's surprisingly composed, and those fat tires make sand and grass less sketchy than a normal bike. Speed-wise, it'll do about 28 miles per hour out of the box, and it can be unlocked to around 35 miles per hour by holding the right brake and full throttle, then powering on the display and waiting a few seconds before releasing. In my opinion, that's serious speed for pedals, so I only use the higher setting on open roads, and I always wear a full coverage helmet. The 7-speed Shimano drivetrain is straightforward. It's there to keep my cadence comfortable and help on hills. There's a cadence sensor for pedal assist, which means it's measuring if the pedals are turning, not how hard I'm pushing. You feel a small delay, about half a crank turn before the motor kicks in. On steep starts, I blip the throttle to get rolling and then pedal, which smooths things out. Battery life has been fine with caveats. The 48-volt 13Ah pack is removable and UL 2849 certified, which I appreciate for safety and convenience. My typical rides in mild weather, mixed throttle and pass, land in the 25 to 40 mile range depending on speed and terrain. On colder days and higher assist levels, I've watched it drop far quicker. Once about half the battery for roughly 15 miles with wind and hills. The display's battery bars aren't super precise. It can stick high for a while and then fall several bars fast. I learned to watch voltage if it's available in your settings, because that gives a more honest read of what's left. Charging takes around 6 hours, and the charger's fan makes a little noise. Nothing wild, just not silent. Now for the tough part. The brakes on my unit make noise, and more importantly, didn't inspire confidence in panic stops. For casual cruising, they're passable once bedded in. That's the process of heating pads and rotors with a few controlled hard stops so they grip better. But at speed with this much weight, I wanted more bite. After a few sketchy moments, I swapped to better pads and had the rotors cleaned and aligned, which helped. In my opinion, anyone planning to unlock higher speeds or carry a heavy rider or cargo should consider a brake upgrade early. Hydraulic calipers with larger rotors if the frame and forks support it. It's not the fun part of the purchase, but it's the part that matters most when a car pulls out on you. Weight is the other constant trade-off. The Spark rides like it's on rails because it's over 100 pounds, and that's the blessing and the curse. It's super stable on broken pavement and loose gravel. It's also awkward to lift onto a rack, and I won't pretend stairs are practical. I treat it as a ride-from-home machine, and that solves it for me. If you need to carry your bike regularly, I'd think twice. Key features I keep coming back to are the motor's punch, the dual suspension comfort, the fat tire traction, and the lighting. The UL-certified removable battery is a plus. The color screen is clear, even if the bar-style battery meter is jumpy. I also like the 7-speed setup more than I thought I would. It lets me keep a natural cadence with pedal assist instead of ghost pedaling. On the flip side, the lack of a companion app means no built-in ride logs or remote diagnostics. Not a deal breaker for me, just something to note if you like connected gadgets. There are a few little things I tweaked. The stock pedals are fine, but I swapped to a set with more grip and a bit more clearance so my knees don't bump the bars on tight turns. I adjusted the lever reach on the brakes so my fingers sit just right. I also set tire pressure lower on trails for more comfort and grip, then bring it up a bit for pavement to save battery. From my experience, those small adjustments made the bike feel like mine. It's perfect for riders who want a moped vibe with real torque, who have ground floor storage, and who aren't afraid to check bolts, bed brakes, and keep an eye on tire pressure. I'd recommend this for anyone who prefers raw performance and customization over a lighter, more traditional e-bike. If you're new to e-bikes and want pure plug-and-ride simplicity with zero tinkering, this might feel like a lot. The Spark rewards attention, and it asks for it too. In my opinion, the value here is the platform. The frame, motor, and suspension deliver the core experience, fast, planted, and fun. The compromises show up in the brakes and some polish, like the battery gauge and the cadence sensor's delay. If you're willing to tackle those, the ride quality and power are absolutely worth it. If you aren't, keep it at stock speeds, do a proper brake bed in, and plan routes where you're not relying on max performance in traffic. In conclusion, the Qlife Spark gives me a grin every time I twist the throttle. It's not flawless, and it's not light, but it feels tough and confident on rough streets and fire roads. From my experience, it's a great choice for enthusiasts who want the look and feel of a mini moto with the option to pedal and who understand that safety upgrades are part of the deal. I'll keep riding mine, and I'll keep an eye on how the components wear over time. If you found this video helpful, hit subscribe, drop your questions or your own experience with the Spark in the comments, and I'll try to help. Thank you for watching.